So, I'm going to talk about something that does irk me quite a fair bit. How when inflation increases, the idea of combating it has to be by means of increasing interest rates to slow down spending. And I'm like thinking, why? You know, it's bad enough. The cost of the pandemic made things expensive. That slowed down spending. We couldn't do too much after that. The price of goods have gone up due to the supply chain being hampered by the pandemic. And now, with the war in Ukraine and Russia and Ukraine being one of the world's suppliers of precious metals and rare earths and all that lovely stuff, that raw materials that make up our electronics, that's also gone up in price. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. So my suggestion is, instead of hiking the interest rates the way they have, though I will note, I'm actually glad that inflation has cooled down in Canada, at least. I'm not sure about any other country, down to 6.3. There's a better idea. I would say for anybody wanting to get into a mortgage, and we're talking about new people because they're still applying. I got a better idea. I would suggest that legislation gets passed that puts a restriction on the mortgage amount instead of the interest rate for new buyers. New buyers. Why do I say new buyers? Because they're already not fully prepared for the expense as it is. Right? That's what I think. But also, another thing I think they should do, we're talking about the government passed legislation for all sorts of financial issues. What they should do is, my opinion, any schmuck can come up with these ideas. You don't have to be an economist, but you certainly can draw from common knowledge. What they should do is increase the length of your amortization for existing mortgage customers. A one-time increase. So I remember, I think it was back in the mid-early 2000s. This was one of the measures that the Harper government brought in to combat the pandemic and also to make things a little bit more fiscally sound, was to take away the 35 years and reduce the amortization down to 25 years or 20 years or whatever it was originally. And that worked for a little bit. But as times change, so should the legislation. Now, the legislation, in my opinion, yes, you're seeing me in the dark because I'm talking and I'm driving. I'll turn my interior light on if you want. There, I'm much better looking with the light on. In my opinion, maybe, just maybe, excuse me, I shouldn't be up here. Oh, my bad. What was I? I'm going on a tangent here, aren't I? In my opinion, maybe I would say bring back the 40-year amortization if they don't want to ever claw back interest rates. You want to make life more affordable? Oh, for goodness sake, quit trying to screw over the entire economy, Just knock it off. The other thing is, when it comes for big ticket items such as cars and boats and all this other stuff, there should be a mandatory minimum payment of at least 20%, because we're talking about a loan that'll run you up in the tens of thousands, and for some vehicles, hundreds. It's almost like a second mortgage anyways. Smaller monthly payments, but the commitment's the same pretty much. Mandate a minimum 20%. A lot of people will be pushed out of the buying market, but a lot of people will be forced to learn how to save. Who knows? There might be better ideas. Anyways, those are my 2 bits worth. I can think of ideas other than hiking rates. It doesn't have to be that high.